Ladies and gentlemen, future Hall of Famer, two-time Super Bowl champion, Von Miller.
Yeah,
Boys!
We need a bar.
Boys!
We need a bar.
How we doing, boys?
We doing good, man. With my dog, Trey White.
Hey, welcome back, Trey. You healthy? You feel good? Life good?
Yes, sir. How you doing, man? Happy holidays to y'all, man.
Hey, I'm great. You happy to be back on the field, Trey? The team was different without you. I'm sure they were all excited to have you back. You're a game changer, brother.
Man, it's fun. It's fun to get back out there. It's been a long road, but I know I still got a ways to go, but it's fun to be back out there and having fun again, man. It's been a long process for sure.
Hey, corners, normally soft, warm weather,
Yep.
Don't want to hit nobody. I see you with the ski mask on and short sleeves. It's cold as hell up there. What are we expecting this weekend, Trey?
We was inside today.
Oh, smart. That's very that's a smart play. That's a smart play.
All right, Pat, man. It's good talking to y'all, man.
Hey, nice to meet you, man. Congrats. You're a hell of a ball player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, is Cole Beasley still there? We'd like him to drop, if he has a quick 8-16.
Cole right here.
Drop a beat.
Cole!
What's happening?
Hey, I don't want to put you on the spot too much here. You retired? Were you just like, I'm done with this shit? And then Buffalo called and like, you know what? Maybe I'll jump back into the game. What happened there?
Yeah, Tampa had me doing 45 plays in one practice. I couldn't hold up.
Welcome back to the league, Cole.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes.
That was amazing.
That guy's also an MVP for me. Wow.
Well,
Goddamn right.
he did have he put out a diss tape
He did. Yeah.
during COVID. Hey, you tell Cole we said thank you for stopping by. I think it's the second time he's been on the show, third time he's been on the show.
Yeah, man. They heard that. They was like, man, what you doing? I was like, man, I'm getting ready for the Pat McAfee Show. I was like, man, let me holler at him. So
Tell
got
them,
everybody right.
tell them I appreciate that. We're in the middle of a real conversation taking place, and Zito's like, Vaughn's on, Cole's on, and Trey White's on. I was like, in my ear, I'm like, what the hell? We appreciate it. Seems like vibes are high, though. How's it feel? Yesterday we heard a little bit of a quicker practice. That's good news. What do we got going on going into the weekend, Vaughn? What are you seeing from the boys?
I mean, today was a typical Thursday. At this point in the season, Coach McDermott is wanting to do what the guys feel is best. And yesterday was a shorter practice. Today they picked it back up with walkthroughs and a little bit more film, and it was out on the field as well. So just dialing it up, getting ready for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Go ahead, AJ.
Bon, how's it been with you? I know. Have you been able to shadow the GM and all? Any surprises there? Any cool things you've seen behind the scenes?
Yeah, I have, man. It's just been a blessing to be here with Brandon, man. I don't think it could have worked out better for me. Being with a guy that's just so eager to teach and so eager to fill me in, and with the type of path that I want, like whenever it's my time for the opportunity, I don't want to skip any steps. I don't want to just get a job just because of who I am. I want to be qualified and ready to go. And Brandon Bean, the knowledge that he gave me, man, he didn't have to, and to break it all the way down to basically a elementary level for me to understand and for me to pick up on it, man, it's a true blessing, man. Brandon Bean, he is the GOAT for real.
Hell yeah, he's been great on our show, and obviously what he's built in Buffalo has been fantastic. And I, as a sports stooge, would like to let you know, you should be getting jobs because of your fucking name, but I do appreciate that you're willing to put all the work in behind the scenes. I heard you brought in a Lombo.
Man, I want both. I want a little bit of both.
Yeah.
The
Don't be scared to lean on
the
it.
John Elway, the John Lynch, they got a little bit of name, but they good at their job too. I want a little bit of both.
Yeah, you're okay. You're allowed to be successful at everything, which I think you will be. You got Greener Pasture Farms, which has some of the greatest chicken, honestly, going.
Yeah, thank you for the hat, man.
Greener Pastures chicken, bro. We're eating all the good. Hey, these chickens live a great life, don't they, Vaughn? Right down here at Greener Pastures.
Great life. They only had one bad day.
And they went to sleep and didn't wake up.
That's right. That was slept good.
Real shame. But I heard you brought a Lombo in to the locker room. What was your thought behind that? Did you not think maybe this would be a jinx or a curse? What was the messaging, and how was it received in the locker room?
No, honestly, I got this strategy from Peyton Manning and DeMarcus Ware. Peyton Manning and DeMarcus Ware, they gave us a speech in 2016, right before the AFC Championship game, right before we played the Patriots for the second time of the season. Back then, Patriots teams that haven't lost to two teams twice. They haven't lost to the team twice in one season, let alone the playoffs and this and that. And, DeMarcus and Peyton, they sat us down and they had a talk. And it was really just it was a visualization, visualization exercise, and DeMarcus had us all like close our eyes and really focus on all the hard work that we've done and where we're at and the type of moment that we're in and this special moment in time. And then he told us to open our eyes, and he was holding the trophy. So it was like, yes. And this was back in Denver. So we had 2 trophies in Denver. So DeMarcus had went and got the real trophy. I don't know where he got it from, but he had access to the real trophy. When he got the real trophy, and just being able to see it in front of us like that, it felt like it was attainable. Usually, first time in the playoffs. You got a lot of guys that never been here before. You know what you're playing for, but to really see that in front of you, for me, it really moved me, and I went out there and I had one of my best games as a pro. So when I went to the Rams last year, being back in that same Super Bowl like mindset and being able to be in a position to go compete for a Super Bowl, I had brought that same speech to Coach McVay, and Coach McVay put his little twist on it. He went and got the first Super Bowl that the Rams had talked about it. And have you ever heard Coach McVay like motivate the guys or do any type of speech to a group? Like, he's phenomenal. So I told him about the speech. He took that speech and made it his own, and he didn't have us close our eyes or anything, but he set it up nicely for when he pulled out that trophy, everybody felt it like it was attainable. So, coming here to the Buffalo Bills, I felt like this was the right time, and I felt like it was just a special, that's a speech that I had that had moved me. So having the opportunity to talk to the guys from Coach McDermott, I wanted to do that same speech, just a different style for my guys. It's worked twice before. Hopefully it can work a third time for us here in Buffalo.
You need to know this. Dawson Knox, whenever we asked him the difference between this year and last year, he said the addition of Von Miller has just been massive. Your peers respect the shit out of you. That is a great thing to hear. I would assume you're going to take it in and be like, well, Dawson Knox, hardworking guy. I'm lucky to be here. You just need to know everything you're doing is appreciated by everybody. So we appreciate the hell out of you too. Darius, your question for Vaughn.
Yes, sir. Vaughn, we heard reports that DeMar Hamlin has been in the building. Just want to know how the vibe's been, how's he doing, and then how are you coming along with your rehab and injury?
Man, it's great. Having DeMar in here, man. After the situation that happened, I didn't come on the show for 2 weeks. I wasn't there, in Cincy whenever it happened. So I wanted to I just wanted to be respectful about the situation. Yeah, he was doing better, but I didn't feel like I was in a place to really talk about it because I wasn't there. But for everything that I heard, and there he is right there. He's on the table right.
Hey, DeMar, what's up, dude?
He's in the other room. He's in the other room. He's in the other room. But, he's a superstar, man, and it's just been a blessing, and it just shows you that God works in mysterious ways, and it's dope, man. Every time I see him, every time I look at him, man, it's just this cool feeling of. It feels like we're playing for something greater than ourselves, man. So it's good to have DeMar in the building and have his energy around for sure.
Yeah, we all thought he passed away, and your teammates with him, him. I think any ex-player and every human that watched that was pretty fucked up by the situation. Like the next day we were live, I was struggling to figure out what to say and how to say about the whole thing, Vaughn. It was scary as hell.
It was insane. I'm watching Monday Night Football, and that somebody gets hurt. First, it was Teron. Teron Johnson, he had got hurt the play before, and then DeMar got hurt the second play. And it was just like, okay, maybe it's like a neck or a head injury or concussion. And, I'm just sitting here. They go to commercial break, and then they come back, and they go to commercial break again, and they come back. And I'm like, hold on. They're like, this is different. And, I started checking my phone, and I checked my phone, and I'm in the NFL PA chat. And they're telling me all the details of things that's going on. And I'm like, man, and they said they had to do CPR. And I'm like, man, CPR means that, your heart stopped. I'm still in game mode, and I'm still like, man, what's going on? And, I get more information from the guys in the locker room. Then they go into the locker room and they say they're not playing in the game. Then you just start to it just starts to settle in how serious the situation is. But it's good things that come out of events like this. We have a newfound appreciation for our teammates. These special moments that we have coming in the locker room. At any given moment, it can take away. And how about this training staff that we have? Here at the Buffalo Bills.
Denny,
man?
Is that his name? Denny.
Man, it was Denny and Tabani and Nate and really all these guys. It's a huge team. Of course, Denny was the quarterback, but you got a huge team of guys. And really, after you're taken back and you can really process this information, they saved, not only DeMar's life, but they saved our league too. Because if you could just imagine, something, worse happening on the field in front of everybody, Monday Night Football, bright lights, like that would put, we already have a stigma about our sport and how violent it is. But, if the worst would have happened that night, man, that would have been a blackout that I don't think we could have recovered from. So our training staff here, man, they saved our league. They saved DeMar, man. And, I'm just so grateful to be a part of such an amazing organization with such amazing people.
Before AJ's question, Darius also asked about your rehab and recovery. I assume it's going fantastic with what you just said about the medical staff up there in Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Mentally I'm still great. It's just you just got to take it 1 week at a time. It's 6 weeks. It's been 6 weeks on Tuesday. I'm just in here. I come in every day. I go to meetings and stuff, and I'm here in the training room, and I just try to. The hardest part really for me is not playing in the game. Not playing in the game the Saturday night before the game. Everybody's gearing up. That's really the hardest part of the week. I understand my situation. I know what I'm doing, but game day is game day. Like you're out there. I'm going in the locker room, walking down the tunnel, and I go to my locker, and it's just like my pads are not in there. So that.
I wish
really
you had full pads on. Oh, can we not have you just have full pads
in
on?
the stands?
Man, like it's preseason. Tennis shoes, have it untied. Have the full pads on. Yeah, treat it like a preseason game.
That would be crazy. But my rehab is going great. I got great guys working with me, man. Mentally, I'm still good, man. And I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Vaughn, do you know, I don't know if there's any plans for what DeMar's going to do this weekend for the game. Do you guys have anything going on?
And before we get too far, we'd like to let you know that we have brainstormed a few ideas. DeMar, four-wheeler, okay? American flag, Bill's Mafia flag, everything out. He's obviously, it's going to be cold as shit. Yeah. So he's in whatever. He's leading team down ramp there. And I think we are playing some sort of song. Yeah, some sort of song. And I think we pop wheelie on four-wheeler.
2 wheels all the way.
And then the whole team introduced together. And I'm not sure there'd be a way for the Cincinnati Bengals to win that game if that was to take place. Are you hearing anything like that?
No, I'm not. I'm not hearing anything about that.
Oh, okay. All right. We didn't know. Our sources must have got
conflicted. Tell him to consider it.
Please.
Man, DeMar is he from that situation that happened, he is a full-blown star now. And you got to sneak him in. You got to sneak him out. You can't let people know where he's at. You can't let people know that he's still there. Like it is crazy, man. And it's so dope to witness and see all the love coming in for DeMar. But I do not know what they're going to do. I'm sure they're going to have him motivate the guys in some type of capacity.
Could you imagine him standing on that four-wheeler? I'm sure he could figure it out. Yeah. Coming out one of these. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Nighty-night.
Crazy.
Oh, my God. Think about it, Bills. Hey, Buffalo Bills. Mm-hmm. You say that every time you say you always say Buffalo Bills with your accent. So it's hard for us to call them anything else other than the Buffalo Bills. That's what we call. The Buffalo Bills need to listen. That is something that needs to happen this week. But obviously, if DeMar doesn't want to take the attention away from the game, we understand as well. That is an incredible story that we hope is celebrated because I think the entire world is celebrating alongside you guys with that particular situation. You guys have become like the I don't want to say like America's team because obviously that would be it, but it feels like the world is behind the Buffalo Bills. Do you guys feel that? The Buffalo Bills?
Man, it's just cool for God to use our sport in so many great ways, man. And we got so much stuff to play for. Back in the spring, we had the Tops, shooting. We had two snowstorms that took lives. We've lost players. We lost players' brothers. Dawson lost his brother early in the season, and I feel like I've always felt like whenever you're playing for something greater than yourself, you get the most, out of yourself and your team, man. And we got so much to play for, man. And I'm just so blessed and honored to be a part of this franchise for sure.
I wish we would be able to see you do your thing, but obviously we got many more years for that. Happy you're still in the building. Connor has a question for you, Vaughn.
Yeah, Vaughn, because you're with Brandon Bean all the time, are you showing him some of the stuff you see on social media? Like, hey, I think DeAndre Hopkins might help the Buffalo Bills out a lot. And also, hey, Jordan Poyer was on his podcast yesterday, kind of giving almost a goodbye because it's possibly the last home game for him and the Buffalo Bills. Are you letting him know that stuff?
Man, the crazy thing about being that he is so in tune with everything, personnel, I can sit down and I can talk to him about players on another team. For the national championship game, I texted him. I was like, hey, what are we looking at? what are we looking at? And he just sent me a whole sheet of guys that we're looking at, guys on TCU, guys on Georgia. Watch these positions. These are the guys, and he is so in tune, and it's just been a blessing to be around. But we since me recruiting Odell didn't work, I kind of shifted.
Did it? Hold on, he didn't make a decision yet.
He ain't made a decision yet, but we still got a couple more games. Since it's still a possibility, but the odds are down to the odds are down in the single digits right now. But that's just one failure that I had, and I wouldn't even call it a failure. That's just one thing that didn't come through for me yet.
Exactly.
So we kind of shifted off of the guys that we're bringing in to more how to build a team like this and the structure of guys that it takes to build a team like this. But like I said, man, Brandon, he is a open book. I can sit down and we can talk about college, pro personnel, college personnel, the difference between this and that. And just like I said before at the beginning, he breaks it down to an elementary level so I can understand it and I can build off of that foundation of knowledge.
So when you texted him about the national championship, who we were looking at, he said, well, here's 4 guys from TCU and then also the entire Georgia roster.
Guys from Georgia. There's just 20 guys from Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, they are all – Vaughn, obviously you're a physical specimen. You have the ability to dip, rip, get low, maintain balance, and it's because of how hard you work and everything like that. I'm getting to see these college dudes now, and I don't know if it's a different world or not. AJ can attest to this. He's been around, and Darius too. These fuckers are all, everybody is 6'4", 6'5", running 4.5, 4.4s. It makes no sense how this is happening, Vaughn. I think that's the game, though. I think it's only going to continue to get better and better.
It's crazy. Georgia played in the national championship, and, of course, they had, so many players that are pro-ready. But I tell you one thing about those Texas A&M Aggies. We got more players that are pro-ready in the University of Georgia.
Vaughn. Hey, good luck, Vaughn. Good luck, Vaughn. Maybe 2035 or something like that.
We got some players now. You'll see it coming.
Yeah, make sure that little yell coach, the guy that does the things before the games the night before, is properly understanding the situation you guys are currently in as opposed to what you dreamed to be in. What a situation Texas had. You guys are a mess. You guys are a mess, Vaughn. Yeah. A mess.
But, I always like to look at the bright side. We're in the SEC, and we have massive talent. We got massive talent. We got all the money that you could possibly use to get this stuff right. We got great coaches. Jimbo is a great coach. I still think Jimbo is the guy for this team. And we just need one more year, man. And, we're going to see success this year. We're going to see it for sure.
All right, let's go.
Petrino's coming in.
Yeah, Texas is coming, too.
All right.
Wow.
Well,
Petrino coming with Arch.
I believe Petrino's
OC
now.
Petrino might be going to Baltimore.
Petrino?
Yeah.
Bobby?
Bub?
Yeah, neck brace.
Well, yeah, he might go to Baltimore.
They need to bring him to
Lamar,
Baltimore.
What?
It was Lamar's
Petrino.
when he won the Heisman.
I mean, he's got some more.
I thought the Aggies was getting Petrino.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
Aggies ain't getting nothing, Vaughn.
He's already there.
Yeah, he's there.
He's already there, yeah.
Oh, okay. Cliff Kingsbury was at USC for 3-4 weeks before he became, you know what I mean?
Petrino ain't left before.
Yeah, well, middle of the day.
True.
Hey, let's be positive, guys.
He's already there. Already there. Sorry, Texas A&M. Your fans and you, Vaughn, have been through enough.
There he is.
Yep. Road rash and all.
Superstar.
Feel bad for him.
Just shouldn't have gone on a motorcycle that day.
Yeah.
Should have took the van.
Watching one too many Rough Riders anthem videos.
Been there.
Oh, my God.
Just saw wild hogs.
Ty has a question for you, Vaughn.
Yeah, Vaughn, I know earlier when we were talking to you, you weren't going to the games, or at least at home or on the road because of the weather. And I think there's supposed to be a little bit of inclement weather. Now that it is the playoffs, are we full systems go? Are you going to be on the sideline this weekend? Maybe, I don't know, on the back of that ATV with DeMar leading the boys out of the tunnel. What do we say?
I've been on the sideline for the last 2 weeks. I was on the sideline for the Patriots game. and I was on the sideline last week for the Dolphins game. And you just got to be observant. You got to be observant to the game. You got to know exactly where you are. You got to know exactly where the play is. You got to know exactly which way the offense is going, because I got to plan for it. I can't be in the way and the receiver comes out of bounds and they run into me. I gotta be thinking 2 steps ahead. Then at the same time, I can't stand up as much because that'll cause some swelling too. So it's kind of the game within the game about me staying on the sideline, but I gotta be on the sideline with my guys. It's just an energy thing. Being at the game and being up at the suite is not. It's not the same thing. So I got to be down on the field. I got to be around the guys, and I got to do my part of staying out the way, so I don't get in trouble when it comes to guys running and stuff. So it goes 2 ways, man. I got to be out there in the field, but at the same time, I got to be conscious of where I'm at and what type of plays are running on the field and where the offense is pushing the ball to.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that way. You have to be incredibly athletic to be on a sideline all the time, right? Don't you?
The worst part about it is.
Standing.
When you're in front of the guys, this is when you're totally healthy. The worst part about it is, and I was talking to John Pagano too. Like he was my coach in Denver, and we talked about this. He said the worst part about standing on the sideline is when they start the offensive defense start running towards you, and you got guys behind you just putting their arm out, just trying to keep you in front of everybody to try to use you as a human shield. That is like
natural
the worst
reaction.
part. I talking to John. He said some of his players did him like that, and he just turned around and started swinging.
That's very Italian. Here, go ahead, Chuck.
Hey, you remember the last time we were together, Vaughn?
At the Little League football game?
Little League football. Johnny's son was playing, right? And you showed up, watched Jagger play or Brody play. That was awesome.
Oh, I'm happy you remembered that. Jeez.
Wow. No, this guy's unbelievable. Hey, Vaughn, question for you.
Here we go.
Hey, so offensive line for the Bengals, they've got probably 3 starters down. Jonah's got a dislocated kneecap, whatever. Have you had a chance? I'm sure you're watching tape. You said you're going to meetings with those guys. Have you had a chance, and you guys played these guys, obviously, in the Super Bowl last year. Have you had a chance to break these guys down, these new guys, and help, Rousseau and Lawson and those guys as far as pass rushing these guys?
Of course, man. That's part of my job description, and you got to respect all of these guys. And the Bengals, they have a good team, but just like any good team, they have weaknesses. And this receiving core, Joe Burrow, this run game, Joe Mixon, those are the strengths. Now, just because those are the strengths doesn't mean that this offensive line is incapable. These guys have been winning games. Joe Burrow is really the truth, and I don't like making comparisons, but we can compare him to some of the greats. Like he just has this moxie about him. And I don't think you can bust out 5 you can bust out 5 whoever to block for him. Like he's gonna get the job done. So just because they have starters down, it doesn't mean that we're gonna have success here or success there. But as a defensive line, we have to take advantage of this opportunity. We got to take advantage of this opportunity to make plays for our team. And we know they got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and all these special wide receivers out there. And those guys are gonna make plays for sure. So as a defensive line, we got to make our plays versus their perceived weakness.
How's your 2K game coming along, PJ? Did you see they're releasing a majors one?
Yeah.
EA Sports is releasing.
EA Sports, yeah.
Looks better than 2K. I've been working on 2K, by the way, for like the last 2 weeks, so I can play against you at some point. I want to let you know.
Yeah, whenever you get ready, man. This new ESPN, I think it drops March 24th. It looks great. It looks really, really good. They have they had the rights to all of these top courses like the Masters and
right.
What's the one in Europe? What's the one in Scotland? Yeah, Andrews.
Yeah.
They have
British Open.
So it's
Oh, come on.
It's supposed to be exactly like those courses. Like these are the official courses that ESPN has the rights to. So it should be pretty cool, man. I have never. I've seen the Masters on TV, but playing the Masters for a video game, it has to be super cool. So I'm super excited about it.
How are you? Pretty good player out there, or what? Vaughn. You do not want to run into this motherfucker. That's pro golfer. That is me. Okay, that is me. I've won 5 straight on the tour. That's the Arnold Classic. That was in Columbus. General Bob Carpenter and A.J. Hawk are drunk in those suites in the back as I'm hoisting that trophy right there. I've been putting in real work on this. I love the game. I enjoy the hell out of it. I'm starting to really get good.
I love it too, man. And it's it just brings out the competitive spirit. Everybody.
What are you laughing about? What were you laughing about with pro golfer
What
right
the
there?
fuck was that?
Did you see how many
The fact that
updates?
you're pro golfer. Like, that's
Disrespect.
What happened? You're allowed to wear shorts on tour?
When you're pro golfer, you're fucking wild too.
When you
Top
get a
dog.
clip, you got a clip?
It does look like I had a little butt chin there.
Yeah.
What's that, AJ? What's your
Those
problem?
little baby shorts on those baby quads.
That's a part of it.
What's up with the legs?
What are you
They got a
talking
little tan on there too.
Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, Vaughn. Pro golfer's been out there working.
Yeah.
I've been winning, man. Do you play do you build your own golfer or are you golfing as other people?
Yeah, I built my own golfer, and I tried to make it. I tried
his
to make
name?
it look like me, but he looks more like Patrick Mahomes. Like every time I'm playing, he looks like Patrick Mahomes on the golf course. I got to find a picture for you guys, but my golfer, he looks like.
Sounds like you have a little resentment towards your golfer
Yeah,
there.
yikes.
Sounds like
Bad chemistry.
No, it's good. I mean, Patrick, he's a great golfer.
True.
We got the same financial advisor. We got the same financial advisor, so I'm familiar with Pat, and he invited me to his golf tournament in Hawaii. I wasn't able to make it, but we supposed to meet up on the links coming soon. So, hopefully I have a little bragging rights this off season whenever I see him on the links. So this should be a good one this off season.
All right, I'll see you on 2K sometime, or probably that new game. Actually, we're probably
Oh, yeah,
throwing away
2K's
this
dead.
one. Yeah, it sounds like
Good run, 2K.
Sounds like it's been a blast. I'm happy I got into a game. It's going to be dead.
Yep.
That sounds like my life in a
Couple
nutshell. Shout out to you, Vaughn, for joining us every week, other than obviously the last two. We've appreciated it. You did not have to do this. It's been a great season. Are you going to be out at the Super Bowl? Yes,
Yes,
of course.
sir. Yeah,
Of course.
I'll be there. I got the Von cast. We got media row on that. I think it's that Thursday and that Friday, and then it's Arizona too. Hopefully we'll be able to hit the links and do all that stuff too, man. It should be cool.
Okay, so we'll need you to stop by the set. Need you to stop by the
For sure.
set. We'll be at Radio Row as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Vaughn Miller.
Yeah, boy!